Wait, time out. We got to do the intro. You ready? I'm going to do the intro for Sabu.
Yes.
All right, here we go. Boom, 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 boom.
You're killing me.
Boom, 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 boom.
You're killing me.
Terrible.
Sabu! What's up, Sabu?
Not much.
You're here. It's me. It's Disco, Joe Feeney, and your boy Konnan's on with us here.
What's up, Sabu?
Right on. Hello, guys.
What's
Not
up?
much,
How are
man.
you?
Sabu, I was reading some things here in your book, but one of them, I had forgotten that I had contributed a story to this. Did you know this story?
I don't know. Tell me.
It's the one where I'm saying about where Paul Lee had gotten mad at you because you had gone to Japan or some shit, and the boys were really pissed off that you left and didn't do the show, and so he had to punish you, or if not, he would have gotten heat on the boys. And I was like, well, fuck, I know the boys are mad, but why are you depriving the fans of seeing Sabu? You know? And then I don't know how many shows later it was that he came up to me and he goes, hey, man, watch what I got tonight. And I was like, what are you talking about? He goes, watch. And it was that famous thing where, like, he just turned out all the lights and then you appeared and the place just went nuts. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. I also remember Paulie's a bitch. You know, excuse my speech, but he's a fucking cocksucking bitch because he cried like a bitch. He cried like a scorned lover because I chose a $6,000 payoff opposed to his $750 payoff, and I was broke, and he wasn't and isn't, and he motherfuckered me for taking the payoff. Fuck him and fuck him again.
Right.
That's good.
So, where did you go wrestle? Were you with Onita back then?
No, New Japan. It was a match in ECW, which was me and Taz against Public Enemy against two other assholes. Oh, Benoit and Dean Malenko, that other asshole.
Yeah.
Dean Malenko's the biggest asshole in the world. But beside the point. I didn't like him, and I still don't like him. But beside the point, it was that match, and they only paid me $750 opposed to $6,000 for New Japan, and I told him that 3 weeks in advance. And he motherfuckered me for 3 weeks, and I motherfuckered him back for 3 weeks and said, I'm not going to be there. And he knew I wasn't going to be there, and he acts like it was a goddamn surprise.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
So if I see him today, I'll show something up his ass if I see him today.
Right.
I got a similar story. When I was getting my push at TNA in 2003, when we were doing the Asylum shows over in the National, you worked on some of those shows, Sabu, I think. But I was getting pushed, right? Bro, I had a booking in Australia, like 5 days in Australia that I had booked like 4 months in advance. You know, before I started getting my push, I told Jeff like 3 or 4 weeks out, hey, by the way, I got to go to Australia. You know, he's like, what? He like couldn't believe it. I'm like, dude, like they bought my plane tickets. They're advertising. It's like I'm not stiffing these people for like like that's my reputation. You know, like you get booked. You can't stiff people bookings or you just don't. That's just something I don't do. But then like I'm getting heat for like, oh, it's affecting my shows. Bro, we can figure out 1 week of TV without me. You know, it's not like it's any big deal, right? It's like it's one show, right?
Sabu.
Exactly. That's how I felt about it. I figured I missed one show, I'll make it up when I get back. And at the time, I wasn't starving, but I could sure the fuck use the money.
Right. Yeah. So let me ask you, just so I can get my times together. So you went to Japan. And how long were you suspended, or he didn't use you till you came back? Do you remember?
He didn't really suspend me. He wanted me to come back right away, and I wouldn't. I went to WCW for 3 months, and then I came back.
Right.
He never suspended me. He just motherfuckered me. He never suspended me. He begged me to come back the very next day, and I said, I can't. You fucking hurt. He hurt my feelings.
Sabu, I don't think you went to WCW.
He might have.
Yeah, I did.
No,
I did.
No, he wrestled me.
Disco, he wrestled you on Nitro.
Yeah.
No. But during that time that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
No. During that time, I wasn't in ECW. I was in the WCW. They just didn't use me.
Yeah, from September to November '95.
Oh,
whatever it was.
Yeah. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was there. I was there. The reason why I didn't stay there is because asshole Eric Bischoff goes, "We only want to use you for one pay-per-view a month and one Monday a month." And I said, "Okay, good." And he goes, "So 500 you agree on?" They were only giving me $500 a match. I go, "No way! $500, $1,000 a month, opposed to make $1,000 a day? That's crazy." So I quit and went back to the ECW.
Now, is that when they did the blackout thing?
Yes.
Okay, so then I am not going crazy. All right. Okay.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
All right. Yeah. So you got not too long ago, because I've had some myself, but you got like hip replacement, right?
Yes.
On both hips or just one?
Just one.
And how are you feeling? How long have you been out of rehab?
Oh, I've been wrestling the last 2 years. I've been good. I'm better than good.
That's incredible, bro. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The pain I was in and the pain I'm not in now is unbelievable.
Right. So where are you mostly wrestling? More in the U.S., more abroad, or what do you think?
Yeah, I go to Australia every now and then. Japan still. I wrestle all around the States. I still wrestle almost every weekend.
Yeah.
And when you Sabu, where did you start? In Japan, what was that group you got your start in?
FMW.
What was it called?
FMW, Frontier Martial Arts Wrestling.
Right.
That was Onita's promotion. That he was there with the Sheik, and you also with Damien, right?
Yes. Yep.
Bro, there's a great GIF I saw on the internet. That showed a spot. I think you retweeted it when you were coming to the ring. Was that in New Japan? That time you were coming to the ring, and that guy yanked your headdress off. And
yes, I thought my way to wrestle. Yeah,
bro, that's literally the funniest, one of the top 5 funniest things I've ever seen. Because
let me tell you the story by that. Let me tell you the story. Listen to me a second. It was the first time I got to wear that turban. My uncle finally let me wear that type of turban. Before I wore like a fucking Hindu fucking thing. But then he finally said, "Now you don't have to ride on my coattails no more. You're yourself. So here, wear this." So I wore it. So that was the very first time I wore it. And actually, I was on the way to wrestle Eddie Guerrero. He was Black Tiger at the time. We had a great match beside the point, but it embarrassed me so much. That's why I jumped the rail and beat the shit out of the guy. And I beat the shit out of the wrong guy. The guy who did it took off running. I couldn't catch him.
That's the funniest part of the story.
So I felt bad about it.
Right, you beat up the wrong mark. But bro, you had that vibe. But that's good though, because you had that vibe. Because your uncle and when your uncle and Abdullah would come to the ring together, the fans would scatter. Like they're scared, literally like scared to use we're scared of them for a shoot. So that's great. So you're working the gimmick. Like, hey, don't touch me. I'll kick the shit out of you. So like, did you get that vibe like when you go back in New Japan? Like people kind of like scared, like scatter when you come to the ring?
No, I was a little more friendly to the fans. Like they slapped me because that like means like good luck and stuff, and like I'd pull away from them, but I wouldn't chase them or nothing like my uncle did. I wasn't that intimidating like he was.
Yeah. Right. So what was that like? Is that one of the reasons you kind of always stayed in character because your uncle did? Because let me tell you 2 things that I remember about him. Number one of the very few matches I ever paid to see was I actually took 2 fucking bus transfers to get to the Miami Beach Convention Center to see the Sheik versus Abdullah. Okay? Because you just thought that what they were doing was real. And I remember one time, which I thought was hilarious, they had this interview and I don't know if you've ever seen it, Sabu, where they go to all these legends' houses, right? And like they went to Stan they went to their house. Like they went to Stan Hansen's house. And, hey, how you doing? He introduced him to the wife, and then they went over and they went to to Jack Briscoe's house, and they went to even Abdullah the Butcher's house, and then everybody was friendly. And when they went to the Sheik's house, he came out in gimmick and he tried to attack him with this big.
He had a sword, I think, too.
Yeah, with a sword. How great is that, right?
That's the way he was. Like that, he was the Sheik 24 hours. Now I don't play a character. I don't talk because I'm shy. I'm not shy right now because I'm a little angry. But normally I don't like to talk because I'm shy. And so it's not a gimmick or a character. It's just who I am. I don't like to talk.
Yeah.
Why are you angry right now? What pisses you off?
I don't know. I don't know why.
That's good. It's good for the gimmick, right?
Well, because I started thinking about Paul Heyman and how he fucking fucked me in my ass practically, and he's living fat and I'm not.
Don't you think it's funny how Paul's gotten a pass all these years? Like he's still very has still a lot of respect in the business, but he still has that history of like he didn't pay he screwed the guys out of money. I thought that's always been an interesting paradigm where people have people have given him a pass, and it's like
he doesn't have a conscience. He doesn't have a conscience. He don't give a fuck. He doesn't have a conscience. I don't know how he can live with himself, but he don't have a conscience. He didn't only fuck people's career up. He fucked people's lives up in ECW. People's lives. I've seen guys starving and begging him for payoff, and he wouldn't give it to them.
Well, why would they still work? That's
because there's nowhere else. There was nowhere else.
Yeah. But I mean,
it was ECW, WCW, or WWE, and there was nowhere else.
Well,
and most of the guys who worked for ECW were the shits. They couldn't work anywhere else. Sandman, great guy, terrible worker, great guy.
So what was it like?
He couldn't work nowhere else. You've seen him go to WCW. It's terrible.
What was it like working with Paul again all those years later when you wound up in WWE?
I barely talked to him. He was an asshole. I go, help me out with this contract. He goes, just sign it. I go, just sign it. He didn't want me to read it.
Jesus Christ.
So from then on, I started making a joke that I couldn't read, but I could read. But I just said, I can't read. You got to read it for me, or I can't sign it.
That's good. You learned that trick from your uncle, right?
Yes.
You're so crazy. You can't read. I'm just crazy. I can't read. I just want to stab people with a fork.